Hey, how you doing? This is John, and welcome to John's Long Box. Today, I'm going to be looking at Eclipse Comics Scout. This is the first issue, plus Fashion in Action. Look at this crazy cover. What's going on over here? For some reason, I forget the year. I'm going to say 83. Okay, 1983. But this is Tim Truman. What a crazy cover. And Tim Truman, what a phenomenal artist. Okay, let's talk a little bit about Eclipse Comics. Eclipse Comics was, I thought, a very important comic book company. It's one of the first independent comic book companies that I thought became important. I can't say I'm a fanboy of it, meaning I bought everything by it, but I did go out of my way to look at everything that came out by Eclipse Comics. Keep in mind, I was in high school at this point, so my funds were limited. So I'd like to think that I would have picked this up, but I think I was delivering pizza at the time. I didn't have that much money to buy as many comic books as I would like. But excellent. So Tim Truman, I first became aware of Tim Truman in Airboy. He did a Skywolf backup, and I thought he was a phenomenal artist. Airboy was also by Eclipse Comics, and I think after a couple of backups of Skywolf, they gave him his own comic. I think they practically begged him to do his own comic. All right, so let's open it up. And okay, the penumbra. What is the penumbra? This is like inside information. This is the equivalent of like the Stan soapbox and the DC bullets over, inside information. And this is written by Kat Ironwood. Kat Ironwood was the editor. I think she was the editor-in-chief of Eclipse Comics. Her and why can't I think of the other guy's name? That's going to drive me crazy. Maybe his name is in here. Okay, Scout, 1985. What did I say? I said 83, right? Okay, I just want to see if they have the... Oh, Dean Mullaney. That's right. So editor is Dean Mullaney. He's the publisher. Catherine Ironwood is the editor. Catherine Ironwood was a super fan. She was like, in the 60s. She was writing letters to comic books. So all this, there was no women. There was always women in comic books. So Catherine Ironwood was a letter hack, and what she did to get famous was not to get famous, she just did it because she's, like that. She wrote the Book of Ashanti, and it like coalesced all of like Doctor Strange, all the strange names and spells and everything of that Doctor Strange invoked. She wrote like a fake spell book, like just a fan wrote this and submitted it to Marvel, and Marvel liked it so much it became part of Doctor Strange's world, and part of his canon. How cool is that? Let's take a look at some of the other stuff. Tales of Terror, I collected that. The official Teen Titans Index. Cutie Bunny, no. Bedlam. I didn't collect it, but I picked it up somehow. But I don't know why. Aztec X, I'm collecting now. Scout, I'm collecting now. Miracle Man, I got this when it came out. It was awesome. New DNA Agents, I got. And Johnny Nemo, don't know anything about it. So there you go. All right, so look at this splash page. What we have here is, this is the story building. This is the setup. Excuse me. We're finding out that there was the bombs never fell. They didn't have to. So there was a political alliance. Russia made alliances with all of these different countries, and they economically destroyed the United States. I could say something, but I'll keep my politics to myself. So this is like letters from an author who wrote in 1999. Keep in mind, this comic came out in 1985. Look at that autograph. Tim Truman. Just phenomenal art. So America is like a decade-long depression. It's just craziness. So, here's the gas station. The guy just sits out there. He's like, we don't get any customers. And then all of a sudden, this Indian on a motorcycle comes by. So, let's look at the credits. Tim Truman, story and art, letters, Timothy Hawkins, colors by Steve Oliff, editing Kat Ironwood. Steve Oliff, I forgot about him. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time, but he was a phenomenal colorist. I mean, you're going to look at this color. You're going to look at this. And first off, it's better quality paper, better quality printing stuff. Regular Marvel, I think, was $1 at the time, and these are $1. What is the cover price? $1.75. Yeah, that's right. I might be wrong. So they're basically they're begging for customers, and now they're giving this guy crap. Why? Because they're white racist and he's an Indian. He pulls out his gun and he shoots. Boom, boom, boom. And he's like, what? You just put holes in my screen. And he doesn't say anything. And a bear falls out. So the bear, things are so bad. The drought is so bad. The economy so bad that this bear was rummaging through there trying to find food. And then the scout just leaves. He goes out there. He's finding dead bodies out in the waste because that's how bad it is. He's going to sleep, and when he sleeps, he dreams. He gets woken up by this, I was about to say cockroach, but that's not a cockroach. That's a cute little caterpillar. We all like caterpillars, right? Or grasshopper. What's wrong with my brain? And the grasshopper's talking. It's turning out it's a spiritual guardian that's telling him his mission. And he's just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do a mission. So, he's yelling at him. You do what you're told. The gods have picked you, and you're doing this. And, like, it's transforming into horrible visages to show him. He's like, you got to go after Grail. But Grail, that's the president. So he's got to kill the president of the United States. That's his mission. And now we cut to this big old fat slob. These two guys over here are just like, sucking up to him. And there's hot chick in the background. And he's like, hey, take this girl to back, do whatever you want with her. She's got to earn her keep. And she's like, so she back talks, he slaps her around. And what is it? We got a shock grenade. So a shock grenade just blows up. Fat Tubby over here is falling down. And the girl's like, I'm getting out of here. Scout shows up. He's like, you fat blob. Now the spirit is a little mouse form. And he's telling him, you got to kill him. So he has, the spirit opens up his eyes. He's really this owl beast. And this, I don't know Native American mythology as well as I should. But apparently that there's 4 monsters that he has to kill before he can kill or there's 3 monsters that he has to kill. He has to level up. He has to kill the level 1 boss before he can get to the level 2 boss. And this is Owl Guy. And he's a pornographer. So he's just like, everybody's hungry and everything. So he's giving these women food and security, and they do the pornographic stuff for him. And he's just taking about, and over here you learn his whole story, and I'm not going to read it because it'll get me banned from YouTube. So buy this comic and you can read the horrible owl's backstory. And again, I don't know if it's real Indian mythology. I don't know. So now she's like, you saved me. I got no place else to go. Can I get a ride into Houston? There's someplace in Texas. And he's not talking. He's kind of being a jerk. He's like the jerk hero. Back in the 80s, the jerk hero was a big deal. And she's just like, he's like, the only thing he says is like, why were you with them? And she's like, well, you're not starving. Your family's not starving. I'm all I got left. And you know what I mean? It's easy to judge when you got a full belly. So now this guy pulls up and he sees through his disguise. He's the bull guy. So he's the level 2 hero. So he's like, all right, we're going to go take this guy out now. We got to go kill him. And he's like, what about me? He goes, you just sit there and eat your avocado dip. So, like I said, he's being a jerk. So the next issue, he meets the rooster. So the 3 of them. So it's a 5-issue story arc in this, he take with the 4 beasts. And this is fashion in action. And I got to say, I don't really like this. I read it because I paid for it, but I'm not really enjoying it. So what it is fashion in action. They're a group of like beautiful, sexy models that are bodyguards. And it's in the year 1999. So, I don't know if it's set in the same continuity, but it's in the past of Scout, but it's in the future of us. So these people are robbing this fashion show, and the some of the models are actually the bodyguards, and they're stopping this robbery and everything, and it's just setting up sort of flying cars, a guy in a monkey costume with a space helmet, like that bad movie, and they're going to their headquarters. They bought the Statue of Liberty, and they make it their headquarters. And hijinks ensue. It's not that good. I'm not a fan of it. I'm not a fan of it. And introduce the bad guys. So, I don't even remember her name. Roxanne and I don't know that guy. There you go. I'm not a fan of it. I read it because I paid for it and I have it. Dick Tracy by Chester. I've never read the actual Dick Tracy comics. I should read them. I got this book. This is awesome. Woman in Comics, but they don't exist. What is this? Just a blank book? Because women in comics didn't exist until 2016. Trina Robbins and Catherine Howard. I'm not dropping that running joke. And we got more classic books. I love these. And we got back issues. The Gru Special, Alien Worlds. These were so good. These were so good. And Cindy Shade. What is that? What is that from? Once Upon a Cindy Shade. Johnny Nemo magazine. I know nothing about that. I didn't get that. Now, shortly after this comic, Eclipse Comics had a flood, and it really, really ruined it. They never recovered. I think they had I know Dean Mullaney. He wrote a comic book about or a novel, I think, about Will Eisner. That all of it, all the original art, all the original work on it was destroyed, and he was just like, I'm done. I'm not doing it again. I could understand he got discouraged. And they had stacks and stacks and stacks of comics that were done, ready to go out, ready to be shipped, and they were destroyed, and it ruined the company. They never recovered from it. They went out of business shortly afterwards, which is a shame. I thought they were an important comic book company. And according to Chuck Dixon, whose word I will take, he says that Eclipse Comics created the contract, the standard work for hire contract that forever they created the most fair work for hire contract going, and it became the standard of the comic book company going forward. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say. And yes, I did go through this because I'm up way too late and I got to get up way too early tomorrow. I got to get up earlier for work. My regular foreman's on vacation, so I'm acting foreman again, which means I'm going to have longer hours at work. So yeah, it was either rush through this or not do a video, and I kind of want to keep doing videos. But anyway, somebody in the comments recommended this. And the funny thing is just as they recommended this, I had put it into my checkout and I was buying it. You know, I always wait till my back issues go up to a certain dollar amount before I pull the trigger and buy them, because it's like $11 standard shipping. So I might as well make it worthwhile. I forget who it was, whoever you are. Cool. That was just a happy coincidence. And I've always wanted to get this comic. I kind of forgot about it. And now, you know, now that I'm going backwards into my comic book collecting, because I'm not going forward with Marvel and DC, or, you know, I'm kind of done with them. It's fun to explore a lot of this old stuff and read stuff that I you know, forgot about or missed the first time around. So thanks a lot. It's a lot of fun. All right, I'll see you tomorrow with another video. And don't forget, Wednesday is I'm talking with the woman Aisha behind the woman Aisha who's behind the comic Charlie's London. Boy, was that an awkward sentence, but I think you all know what I meant. I'm tireder than I thought. I just got destroyed twice in Marvel, in Star Wars Villainous. I really like the Villainous board game series. I can't do a video on it because I do not have I do not own the game. All right, so I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Bye-bye.